All right, we're in round two. I think we're actually going to keep this, believe it or not. And I know you're thinking, but Alex, you're crazy. Why would you do that? Well, it's because I have Miscloaked Herald and Curious Obsession. I think if I didn't have both of those, specifically both of those, then I wouldn't keep the hand. But them together, I think it's a keep. Plus, we're on the draw. I mean, what could go wrong, right? Well, I think we all know what could go wrong. What are we hoping doesn't go wrong? Well, I'm hoping I rip a forest right now, baby. Well, if I'm going to rip a non-land card, it's pretty cool that it's one I can play. I love Dusk Legion Zealot. I know I've said it a few times, but I'm saying it again. I love that card. Blue mana wouldn't be bad either. Then we can make a double play. No land, though. That's a bit of an issue. Alright, let's just rip a land off the top, and our opponent will just have no idea that we're looking. There it is. Our opponent has no clue that we're desperately looking for a different colored mana. They might have a clue now because they played an island. Actually, no, because I had a follow-up play. That's the only reason I played an island. Clearly, I'm going to rip a green mana next turn. Uh-oh. Answers were had. I still feel like Curious Obsession just does its job more often than not. You got to attack here. How can you not attack? Yeah. What are you going to do? Keep him back against my unblockable guy? While I'm ahead on the race? So, we rip a green mana now. We're looking pretty sexy. Don't rip a green mana. I don't know. I guess we're maybe starting to get a little bit in trouble, but green mana will do her. Nope. 5-drop is in fact the worst draw we could possibly have. There is, and considering we have the other one in our hand, that is actual 100% the worst possible draw we could have. So, not super lucky there, but that's okay. Sometimes you draw the worst possible thing you could draw. It does happen. Maybe there's an argument the worst possible thing you could draw would be no, that legitimately is the worst. That's the worst. Well, already in desperation mode here. Didn't take too long, did it? All it took was 3 land misses? Is that how many we've had? I can't recall. Let's see. Yeah, 3 land misses. 4 land misses. 4 land misses. Alright. Well, once I've, mastered the Magic the Gathering art of knowing exactly what's on top of my deck, I will rapidly become the best player in the world. Believe you me, once I've gained that ability, and I know that there's a way to do it. You just have to will it, and then you can draw lands or stop drawing lands whenever you want. It's a great Magic ability. Seldom talked about, but Great ability. So, we've reached the point where we have to, I know this is going to make you guys really sad, trade with a Dusk Legion Zealot. I know. I know it's sad. I'm not happy about it either. But, there you have it. So, I guess we'll just make use of our mana now and do this. We're going to have to discard, but hey, what can you do? What can you do, really? So keep that back. We'll discard a something. Guess we'll discard like probably a green spell, so like Aggressive Urge. Next turn we'll play Evolving Wilds, so we can do the Windstrider to block the Sky Marcher. So we'll block, take some damage. Well, that actually helps. We can play the Storm Sculptor. Then next turn, start busting out some Windstriders. But I guess it makes more sense to play the Artisan. Not because it pumps, but I guess because it uses green mana, which is kind of important. It's a 3/3, which is kind of important. So we're going to have to hope these Windstriders do some real magic for us. Hopefully all their removal is just sorcery speed. Well, to be honest, it could be worse. Let's see, how much damage do we take here? 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that mean we still die? Yeah. So we still die even with Windstrider, which is kind of depressing, but I mean, what can you do, really? Isn't that always the question? The real question posed here is, what can you do? Well, sometimes you can't do anything. Sometimes you get eaten. So it's probably in our best interest to not show a Windstrider. I could also play Storm Sculptor and then replay Mistcloaked Herald, which does not just really do anything either because this guy has Menace. So we're just going to pass, not show them a Windstrider when they attack with everything, and go to game 2 and do better. Does that sound good to you guys? Sounds really, really good to me, so let's do that. And did we get a plummet? I believe the answer is no. Did we get anything I want to sideboard into? Well, We can stop. Well, the Naturalize is going to come in. We saw multiple Water Knots. Could do a Negate as well. But I think we'll just settle for Naturalize for now. Dump the Aggressive Urge. Pounce probably still seems fine, because their guys are going to be little too. Do we need a Negate? Probably not. I think everything else is fine. Alright, we'll play first. And yeah, we even get to keep this hand, which is nice. So I can do River Sneak into Deeproot Waters into Mistbinder, or Seafloor Oracle. Opponent is a fan. That's cool. Well, opponent mulled to 5, so if we don't win this, I mean, I don't know what to tell you if we don't beat a mull to 5. Certainly lost to mull to 5s before. I've won on a mull to 5. I think the best, let me think about this, the best mulligan I've ever won on, I believe I've won on a mull to 4 before. Someone else can check that out. It's a lot more common in cube from my understanding. So let's just get in there for 1. We'll play the Deeproot Waters, and next turn we get to do Seafloor Oracle and just draw so many cards. Nice thing is, all we saw was Water Knots, and we really do not care about Water Knots when it comes to Seafloor Oracle. River Sneak and Deeproot Waters are just filthy together. Just filthy. So next turn, just go Jungleborn Pioneer into Mistbinder. River Sneak turns into like just a enormous threat. 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. 6, 6, 6, I think. Little 6/6 unblockable for 2 mana. Sky Marcher, you got it. Sky Marcher. What? Just the classic Mistbinder and a Mistbinder? Seems a bit overpowered. So I'll just play a ridiculous amount of dudes and just do unfair things. Seems good. Seems good. My God. And then how about on top of that, I just draw cards too. So it's like, what? Okay, yeah, how about I just refill? I'll just refill my hand after I did those unfair things. How's that sound? Not fair, as it turns out. Yeah, they're like, I don't know. I just draw 3, and yeah, that was, yeah, it turns out our deck can do extremely unfair things, can't it? Yeah. All right, Deeproot Waters, playing a lot better than I expected, but this is the first time I think I've actually had it where I had Lord effects, I had this thing, I actually had straight 15 Merfolk too. I was actually thinking Sea Legs might be good for us instead of like a Pounce. And my thinking was Pounce isn't that good for us anyway because our guys' bodies kind of suck. We could actually ditch the Hornswoggle too. Let's do that. Probably worse on the draw anyway. Not the best hand I've ever seen, but I think we're going to keep it. Because Crashing Tide draws cards. We actually have a lot of draw card effects in our deck, which is pretty cool. I like that. Alright, let's get the massive 1/1 down. What did I bring in Naturalize again for? I already forgot the enchantment. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 water knots. Dinosaur Hunter. Alright, so we'll play the Evolving Wild. We'll pass the turn. Do a little bit of deck thinning. Better crack this now so I don't forget. We're going to get another blue. We have more double blue in our deck. Well, I don't really want to Crashing Tide the Lookout, but I may have to Crashing Tide the Hunter. So we got to start drawing spells at some point. I mean, it's just an inevitability. Even if we were to draw, say, 10 more lands, we eventually will draw spells. That's just how decks work. I know how cards work. I understand it. There are spells in these 30 cards somewhere. So let's see if we can find them this game. Hopefully soon. Well, Deeper Waters is something. I'm not going to try bluffing. I don't think we're doing that. Slippery Scoundrel, huh? Well, thankfully they're not at Ascend yet, but they're getting there. They are getting there. Oof. Ugly. Real Uggs. Yeah. So I guess we Crashing Tide a Slippery Scoundrel. Yeesh. Pretty ugly. We did not need much for this to go this sour. Basically needed anything other than lands. So we bounce a Slippery Scoundrel. Oof. Alright. Looks like it wasn't meant to be, folks. We just cannot rip non-land cards here. Not sure why they're leaving 2 mana up since they have the... Oh, they got rid of the Dusk Legion Zealot. I see, I see. Okay, well... Looks like it's time to stay back on defense. So we'll block like this. So now they're just a card away from Ascend. And looks like we're going to have to pay that premium cost for Silvergill Adept. Well, I mean, we're finding Merfolk now, but it's about 5 to 6 turns too late. So I think we easily could have won this match, but we were reliant on drawing the right things at the right time, as Magic is wont to do to its players. So a little upset there, but hey, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. What can you do? It's like watching your favorite football team and they lose. What do you do? I mean, what can you do? So let's get hit. Draw something that can't save us because we have to deal with a hexproof unblockable creature. And then we'll concede. Okay. So we'll go to round 3 and see what we can do there.